The last week of the regular season in Ohio high school football just wrapped up. Teams are getting set for the playoffs, and seniors are enjoying their last few games. For the Ironton Fighting Tigers, they just received word that their season has come to an unfortunate end. There's been rumors and speculation on the allegations and penalties all throughout the week. I've heard some crazy things myself, having covered Ironton football off and on since 2017. But in the last 24 hours, the OHSAA and Ironton Board of Education has released information providing clarity on the situation, which we will discuss in this video. The highlights of the ruling are that Ironton will not be allowed to play in the postseason this year. The Fighting Tigers also played an ineligible player in their last game against Portsmouth, resulting in a forfeit of that game. However, the state championship win last year and additional wins will not be vacated, which is something I had heard rumors of. Along with this year's postseason ban, the OHSAA announced these additional penalties. Due to the extent of the violations, the penalties include a postseason ban this season, a postseason suspension of some members of the coaching staff next year if they are coaching at an OHSAA member school, 3 years probation, and a $7,500 fine. The OHSAA ruling, which we will read in full coming up, added that Ironton had violated rules in the recruiting bylaws that dated as far back as 7 years ago. Trevon Pendleton was named the head coach in 2018 and is also the athletic director at the school. Pendleton has had a winning record every year since becoming the Ironton head coach, including winning double-digit games in 6 of 7 seasons, not including this year. Under his guidance, the Fighting Tigers have made it to 4 state championships, where they finished as runner-up 3 times and won the state title last year in 2024. This season, Ironton was poised to make another deep run. The Fighting Tigers had 1 loss to Wheelersburg, but had won all their other games decisively and convincingly. Many thought Ironton could get a rematch with the Pirates in the playoffs, but unfortunately that will not be happening now. The Fighting Tigers frequently appeared in the top 2 to 3 spots in the Division V polls throughout the season and would have been one of the favorites to win the state championship this year. Let's look at the documents we mentioned from the Ironton Board of Education and the OHSAA. The Ironton BOE released this letter on Friday night following the Portsmouth game. Quote, "To the Ironton school community, it is with heavy hearts that we share with you that we have received notification from the OHSAA of their determination that district coaching staff engaged in recruiting violations in 2018, 2019, and 2025, and that OHSAA's sanctions will include suspension of Ironton High School from participation in this year's playoffs. The sanctions further include OHSAA's suspension of the 3 coaches involved from coaching in the playoffs next year, as well as placement of the football program on probation through the 2027-28 school year. To be clear, these are the sanctions imposed by the OHSAA. The Ironton Board of Education has taken no action at this time. The OHSAA's determination followed an investigation during which we repeatedly advocated strongly for the district's football program and its students, presented all rebuttal evidence available to us, and did everything we could in the short time provided to achieve a different outcome. We are deeply disappointed in this determination, particularly because the sanctions imposed harm our students who were in no way involved in any wrongdoing, and we are particularly distressed about the impact on our seniors. We want you to know, however, that the sanctions initially proposed by the OHSAA would have made our team ineligible to participate in playoffs for 2 years, and their decision to remove the ban in the second year was a result of our advocacy on the team's behalf. We understand that many of you are upset. After consultation with attorneys who have the most successful experience with legal challenges to OHSAA determinations, as well as multiple local attorneys, it was their collective recommendation that we accept the negotiated sanctions presented to us at this point in time. Moving forward, we are fully committed to ensuring that appropriate corrective measures are taken to avoid any further adverse impact on our football program. This is a setback, but this is not a race to hard work and accomplishments of our students as a team this year. We are so proud of them. We will not let this take away our pride or our legacy, and we will strive, as always, to uphold the values that define Ironton City Schools both on and off the field. Sincerely, Ironton Board of Education." The OHSAA was said to be releasing a statement and ruling on Friday, but ultimately held off until Saturday to announce. Here's the release from the OHSAA. The Ohio High School Athletic Association has removed Ironton High School from participation in the upcoming football playoffs due to numerous violations of the OHSAA's recruiting bylaws over the last 7 years. During the last several weeks, the violations were discovered by the OHSAA and shared with administrators and the coaching staff at Ironton. Due to the extent of the violations, the penalties include a postseason ban this season, a postseason suspension of some members of the coaching staff next year, 3 years probation, and a $7,500 fine. The district also agreed to change local policies on enrollment and transfers and attend an educational seminar presented by the OHSAA staff. The postseason penalties and probation are specific to the football program. Any additional violations of the recruiting bylaws during the probationary period will result in automatic postseason ineligibility for the next available tournament. At this point, the OHSAA will not require Ironton to forfeit wins from previous seasons, and the school will retain its 2024 Division V state championship. Ironton was 8-1 heading into its final game of the regular season Friday night. In that game, Ironton allowed an ineligible student-athlete to participate, which results in a forfeiture. In the final computer ratings on Sunday, Ironton will be placed at the bottom of Region 19 in Division V. The OHSAA's investigation determined that some members of the Ironton football program had engaged in ongoing and coordinated recruiting efforts, including communications with parents and students regarding methods to influence other prospective athletes' enrollment. Records showed deliberate efforts to conceal recruiting activity, including direction on how to avoid leaving evidence of infractions, which demonstrates an awareness of wrongdoing and an intentional effort to circumvent compliance. The scope and coordination of these activities, as well as number of impermissible contacts, represents a serious and pervasive violation. The Ironton District may choose to include additional penalties. So to summarize that, Ironton will be in a probation period. Basically, that's not like they got the death penalty or the hammer or some of the rumors that were out there. But basically, to my knowledge, that means that they'll kind of be under the microscope a little bit. The OHSAA will be looking in, making sure that they're not committing any further violations during that probationary period. So that's one of the things that comes of this. Another big one, obviously, was not having to vacate the state championship from last year or any wins in the past. And then you've also got the penalties with the postseason ban this season and the suspension of some members of the coaching staff next year. We'll wait and see if Ironton makes any moves. As we said, Trevon Pendleton, the head coach there, but also the athletic director, so we'll see if he remains there. That's something that I'll be looking towards here in the coming days to see if anything comes out regarding that. But before we close out this video, regardless of your thoughts on this ruling, I truly hate this personally for Ironton's 13 seniors. I wanted to close out the video recognizing them by putting their names on the screen as we close out the video. If any additional information is released or announced, we will have a new video here on the channel, so stay tuned. Ironton seniors, number 9, Mason Wheeler, number 15, Maddox Markle, number 18, Braden Baker, number 24, Zane Williams, number 25, Kylan Grace, number 26, Tyler Carman, number 30, Tyson Cox, number 51, Aiden Hensley, number 61, Xander Hearn, number 62, Ben Gillums, number 69, David Fields, number 78, Caleb Jacobs, and number 81, Braden Barber.